Hey y'all, as a therapist, I see a lot of relationship problems in my practice and a lot of patterns. And one of the most common patterns I see is what I call falling into a roommate marriage or roommate relationship. What I mean by that is you're living with your partner, but your lives have become so consumed with the day-to-day logistics of things that you've lost that romantic connection, that romantic spark. And fortunately, I found that there are some effective ways to reverse that and to rebuild the romantic connection. And basically, all you need to do is sit down with your partner and get out your phones and look at your calendars. What you're going to try to do is figure out 3 recurring appointments. Okay, the first of those appointments is going to be the logistics meeting. So you're going to pack into that meeting. It could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour, whatever you can work out, ideally once a week. And you're going to pack into that all the different logistical things that you need to talk about: paying bills, travel plans, scheduling, picking up the kids, all that kind of stuff, cleaning, things like that. You put it in that meeting. And that way you compartmentalize that into that meeting so that you can have another appointment, which is your date night. Okay, ideally this should be once a week. It needs to be at least an hour. And this is some kind of just special thing that you and your partner could do together. It could be a walk, it could be seeing a movie, it could be a nice dinner out, but it's just really important to have time with your partner that is just focused on the romantic elements, so that that time is not just consumed with catching up on all the different logistical stuff you need to talk about, because you've covered that in the first meeting. And then the last thing you need to schedule is sex. Yes, I know sometimes for some people that sounds like, what? Sex needs to be spontaneous. How can we schedule sex? That's not very sexy. It's not very romantic. But the reality is, when you are super busy, especially if you have kids, you have pets, you have a lot of different things going on, you've got health problems, bills piling up, all these things, it can be really hard to have spontaneous sex. So I actually recommend getting in your calendar, ideally once a week, whatever you can swing, even if it's once a month, a dedicated time for sex to get that spark going again. Doesn't mean you can't still have spontaneous sex, but the regularity and the scheduling actually really works.